Next, we received the City Club report on Initiative Petition 52 titled Religious Liberties. Garrett Stevenson, lead writer on the report, will present it and then move for adoption of the report's recommendation. The meeting will then be open for debate and vote by City Club members. Now I turn the podium over to Garrett.
Thank you. Good evening once again. My name is Garrett Stevenson. I'm an attorney with Perkins Coie. I was the lead writer on the committee that was charged with reviewing Initiative Petition 52. And at the outset, I want to say that our committee functioned really well. I don't have the kind of drama that you just saw, but we were faced with an issue that is a tough one for public policy researchers because it tugs on the heartstrings of so many Oregonians on both sides. So I want to at least mention that that was a factor that we had to be sensitive to when we engaged in our research. IP 52 would, by its own terms, create a religious liberties exemption to Oregon's anti-discrimination laws, and it would have basically carved an exception out of Oregon's public accommodations laws so that people who are opposed to same-sex marriage would not have to serve couples in any way, shape, or form that are going to be getting married that are same-sex couples. They could do this if it was based on what the measure called a deeply held religious belief. For the reasons that I'm going to go through as quick as I can, this committee recommends that City Club members vote no on the measure. Now, before I explain why, I want to say that we worked really hard to try to engage some of the measure's petitioners to actually come talk to us, and we were unsuccessful in doing that. On the other hand, we were able to interview what we believe to be the best cross-section of people that would talk to us about this issue, and those included lawyers, clergy, activists, and notably we did get at least one clergyman to explain why he thought the measure was a good idea, or the petition rather. In any event, the petitioners did, in their campaign after the Oregon Secretary of State explained that it was going to release a ballot statement that said that the petition would create an exemption to Oregon's public accommodations laws. And it was virtually the next day when the petition was withdrawn. Nevertheless, we hope that you will consider our report and adopt it. The reason why we recommend that if such a petition were to come forward in the future, that City Club members vote no. For the more mundane reasons, the initiative was incredibly poorly worded. We couldn't tell what the greatest extent of it was going to be. We couldn't tell what situations would apply and what situations would not apply. We had no idea what a deeply held religious belief meant under the law. I think that could be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Slightly more seriously, the commission looked at the primary basis for the initiative, which was that the petitioners are saying, hey, we have religious beliefs that are fundamentally opposed to same-sex marriages. Therefore, we should get an exemption because Oregon's public accommodations law, by protecting those marriages, is discriminating against us. And while that has, I guess, some intuitive logic to it, this committee was not swayed by that argument. We looked into it deeply. We found that the public accommodations law protects every Oregonian equally, and it's not in itself discriminatory. But more importantly, and this is where the heartstrings come out, our committee, first of all, felt that the ethos of Oregon in particular was inconsistent with carving out exceptions to anti-discrimination laws. We believe that same-sex couples should have as much protection under the law in the public sphere as anybody else, and they are currently afforded the same protections that religious people are afforded. And by far the most important reason why we recommend voting no on this petition, if it ever comes forward again, is because it would use the state to label a specific group of people, namely same-sex couples, as somehow less deserving of protection under the law. And we felt that that was, completely inconsistent with what Oregon and Portland and what this state is all about. We also felt that it could be expanded based on other interests, potentially, to carve out other exceptions for less favored groups. So that is the reason why we recommend that the membership vote no on this petition, and why we recommend and move that the membership adopt the report. Thank you.
Do we have a second? Thank you. Prior to today's debate, members signed up at the report table to debate. In the interest of fairness and time, members were selected at random to speak in favor or against Initiative Petition 52. We did not receive any members that signed up to comment for the yes on Initiative Petition 52 side of the debate. Each member will have 1 minute to speak. The parliamentarian will flash a 15-second warning card and then ring the bell when time is up. I think you're beginning to get the drift here. Will Alex McFarland please come up to the no microphone?
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Alex McFarland. I'm a grad student down at the University of Oregon. I was the research assistant, or a research assistant, on the committee, just helping out with some background research. And on a sticky issue, which a lot of people felt very strongly about, I was impressed with how well the committee considered all the different arguments involved. But the one that really struck me was the impact on same-sex couples here in Oregon. We asked participants that came in and spoke to the committee what would be the worst-case scenario, and if this measure was passed, and people envisioned that there could be signs in the window of shops saying same-sex couples wouldn't be served in the shop. But the strongest argument against that I heard was that having a business in Oregon is making a choice to provide a public service, and people should be treated equally in the public sphere, and businesses in the public sphere should treat everyone as equals. And the final thing to add is that I was struck that no one proposing or supporting the motion came in and spoke to us, whereas we had a number of people from all across the community coming in to speak against it, which I think shows the level of support that it has. So I would vote no on the measure and for the committee's final recommendation. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for your comments. The debate is finished, and we will now vote on the motion to adopt the report, which recommends a no vote on Initiative Petition 52. A simple majority vote determines whether or not the club supports the report. The final tally will include ballots cast in person today and ballots cast online between August 21st and August 25th. The results of all votes will be announced online on August 26th. If you wish to vote today, indicate your vote on your ballot at this time. Of course, if you turn in your ballot before you leave today, you will not receive an email ballot. Thank you to Garrett and to the committee for their hard work. We now turn from the petitions on subjects that did not make the ballot to 5 that have become ballot measures and will be before voters in November. As we do so, I want to pause long enough to thank all 94 of the member volunteers who served on a study committee, along with research advisors, research board members, City Club staff, and all others who served along the way. Please stand so that we can recognize and thank you.